What's up, everybody? Welcome to Human Innovation Tarot. My name is Eddie with Imagine Life Development Center. And in this reading, I'm going to be taking a look at what's coming up for those of you who are interested in finding new love, new romance, a new partner. And this reading will be good for like the next 30 days or so, okay? If you're new to my channel, I'd greatly appreciate it if you would consider liking the channel, subscribing to the channel, and all the other information you need to know is in the description box below. Also, just really quick, I wanted to, let me get over to my other screen here, kind of announce something here, which I'm going to be talking about very frequently on my channel. So if you pull up my channel, which obviously I'm assuming you're already here, but if you come to my homepage on my channel and you click the videos button, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to scroll down and you're going to want to click this video here, the Conscious Collective Group 2025. All right. And basically, my friend and I, Trudy, her channel is Soul Tribe Tarot. Some of you might know her. Some of you may not. If not, that's okay. But my friend Trudy and I are going to be creating a group which will go live later this month. So we're going to have a grand opening very soon. And for those of you that are interested in, and you take your spiritual development and your personal growth, personal development serious, I should say, excuse me, we would love for you to come join this, be part of a once-in-a-lifetime group. Okay, so this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for you guys to be a part of a community where we learn together, we grow together, and basically, you know, we take our personal transformation seriously. So this isn't just like a hobby group. It's not an interest group. This isn't like, you know, it's not just about tarot or just people who are interested in spirituality. Like this is like people who are diehard serious about taking their personal growth and transformation seriously. Okay. So all the information you need to know is in that video, the Conscious Collective Group. If you have any questions outside that or beyond that, there will be information in the description where you can contact me. All of that will be there. Okay. So in this reading, basically what we're going to be looking at is I'm going to just, you know, essentially take a look at the near future energy. So for the next 30 days, what's coming up for those of you that are looking for new love. All right. Now, please take the reading as it resonates for you, and then if it doesn't resonate, then it just means that this wasn't your reading. Now, one last thing before we jump in, and before I forget, I'm going to pull up another slide here. All right. So moving forward on my channel, anytime that I do readings, basically, I'm going to be mentioning this for the rest of my time here on YouTube. I'm always going to be coming back to this concept. So this year I made a decision, made some changes to my channel going forward about the way that I want to serve all of you here. And what I'm not going to do is just your typical predictive kind of generic tarot readings. And, you know, I don't have anything against that, you know, other than the fact that, in my opinion, it just promotes powerlessness. You know, it doesn't do anybody good to just binge watch tarot readings if you're not participating in your own life, because we are the creators of our own reality. That's why the Magician card is here. And so as you watch this video, there's some things that I want you sort of like the mindset that I would like for you to be in to get the most out of this reading. Because if you just watch this reading and you're just hoping that the universe is just going to magically UPS deliver a soulmate into your life, then you're wrong. And unfortunately, that's the problem that I see out here in the tarot community is just people are waiting and waiting, and you get addicted and obsessed with watching tarot videos and hoping and wondering when this is going to happen. When am I going to find love? When's this new person going to come? And it's like, you know, days, weeks, months, and even years can go by and nothing's changing. And the reason nothing changes is because we're not changing. So it's our responsibility to create the reality that we desire to experience. So our focus determines our fulfillment. Whatever you're focused on in life will determine the fulfillment that you experience. So are you focused on what you can control, or are you focused on what you can't control? Right? Are you being powerful, focusing on what you can control? Or are you being powerless by focusing on what you can't control? Are you looking inward for answers? Are you going within to connect to your power and your resources? Or are you focused externally, thinking that the answer is out there? Somehow, if you're lucky, then maybe you'll get the blessing, right? That's not how life works, right? And then we have some questions here. I need what? Blank. I crave what? Blank. Fill in the blank for you. I want whatever you want. I desire blank. What is it? What is it that you need, crave, want, and desire in your life, right? Whatever that thing is, are you focused inward in the receiving and the creating of that thing, or the acquisition of that thing? Or are you focused outward, thinking that, again, maybe just by random luck, it'll come to you? And depending on your answer and depending on your focus and the way that you're showing up in life will determine the quality of the life that you experience. So I'm here to promote powerful thinking. I'm here to promote transformation, turning people into powerful people so that you can become the magician. And as you become the magician, then you can create and manifest anything that you desire, right? You've taken your power back. You're not waiting around for things to happen anymore. You're making things happen, right? So as we move through this reading, essentially what I'm hoping is that you will all maintain a powerful position and realize that if you want new love, you're going to have to participate in the getting of it, right? This isn't just we're just going to watch a random tarot reading and cross our fingers and hope that maybe somebody shows up in the next 30 days, right? So there's a level of participation that's going to be required from you if you want love, all right? I just want to make myself crystal clear that this reading is worthless to you. You're wasting your time watching this reading if you're not willing to participate in getting or attracting love into your life, all right? So you have to be a powerful person in order for this reading to be valuable to you. And if you're not, no problem, and you can do whatever you want, but this reading is going to be worthless to you, all right? So with that being said, let's dive into the reading. Let's see what comes out. So who or what is coming towards my viewers in the next 30 days, assuming that they're willing to participate with the universe, with spirit, with their highest self, whatever you believe, in attracting, manifesting, or acquiring this new relationship. All right, so we have friendship. I'm just going to get a few cards out on the table, and then we'll dissect the energy and all of that. Now, when a gender-specific card like this comes out, just know that it could be male or female, all right? Because it's not just, men watching this, and it's not just women watching this. So it could, this card says young female. It could also be a young male. And when a young, it just means somebody that's younger than you. Now, this union card, you couldn't see it, but it kind of, it came out in reversed here. So this could be somebody, I'm just going to acknowledge it and mention it. It could be somebody who, is divorced or recently went through a divorce. That's not going to be for all of you, but maybe for some of you. All right. So let me get the rest of the cards out here. Tell me more about this person for my viewers. What do they need to know about this person? Okay, now for some of you, we have two. We have young female and we have mature woman. So for some of you, you might be dealing with somebody who's your age or maybe a little bit older. It doesn't have to be a woman. It can be a man too. We have a home. I feel like I got one or two more in this deck that want to come out. Okay, this person is probably more introverted. We have the wallflower card here on the table. Okay. They could be brunette. So we have technically two energies here, brunette man or brunette female. Doesn't matter. We have two that show that. So, potentially somebody with darker hair. And actually, we got three. This woman has darker hair on this card as well. But again, doesn't have to be a woman. It can be male or female. All right. These are just some clues. Now, some of you guys have choices here. This card says triangle, but the description down here, this word, you can see choice is one of the description there. So you may have more than one. That's why we maybe have multiple energies on the table. For some of you, you go out and date. You might meet somebody who's somebody who's a little bit older. You might be interested in find somebody who's a bit younger. Now, some of you with the friendship card that I didn't mention, because I was just getting the energy out on the table here, but some of you may have a friend who has been interested in you, and maybe they kind of come forward, and maybe they, or maybe you guys just decide like, hey, we've always kind of had this friendship, but who knows? Maybe you decide to start exploring romance or romantic interest with this person. I don't know. It's possible. Otherwise, it's saying for you guys are looking, to not rush into anything. You want to be friends first. You want to start with a friend, friendship as a foundation as you move forward. Can never go wrong with that. Again, with the union card, this could be, somebody that you end up potentially marrying, but it did come out in reverse over here. You couldn't see it because obviously this little box here that's got my picture on it, this video of me, you couldn't see it, but it spun out in reverse over here. So this could be somebody who also is divorced or just recently went through divorce. And that's implied in the home card here as well. Obviously, we have young female and we have a mature woman. So, you're just two different age brackets, basically, is what this is saying. Now, the roles could be reversed as well. This could also, you could be one of those energies. All right. So this person, they probably have their crap together. They got the home card here. To me, this is like somebody who, is probably a little bit more along in their life, like they're not living at home with their parents and they're not in college or something like that. This is somebody who's established. They probably have a job. They own their own house. They own their own car. They're a responsible person, essentially. All right. And then, of course, like we said, we have the wallflower. This is somebody who might be a little bit more shy at first or maybe more introverted. Or it could also mean that somebody who's had their eye on you and has just been kind of curious about you, wondering like, hey, if I approach this, the collective, meaning you as the viewer, they approach you, would you be interested if they started chatting with you? Like, would you potentially have same or similar feelings? Let's get some more here. Tell me more about this potential future relationship. What does the collective need to know? Notice everything remarkable about your relationship. So yeah, and then there's rings on here. Like this is going to be whoever this person is, when you meet this person, and if you have choices and you're meeting multiple people, there's going to be one out of the choices that you meet that's really going to stand out. And it's like this remarkable energy is like somebody that you hit it off with big time. Just the compatibility is there. The connection is there. It's like you guys it's like an instant connection kind of thing, right? This definitely somebody that you could potentially see a future with or end up married to. So we've got rings. We got 3 cards with 3 rings on it. We got rings here, we've got rings here, and now we have rings on this. So this could potentially be the person that you go the distance with. All right, so then we have this confusion card. So all seekers of truth experience confusion. Ask the divine to provide the answers you need. So for some of you, because there's choices, for some of you who don't end up meeting a person that you have a instant connection with. You may feel very confused about the choices that are available to you, or maybe you're confused because certain people send you mixed signals and you don't really know where they stand, or maybe you're confused because you're not really sure what you want, right? So the confusion card in all aspects is basically asking you to get clear on what it is that you want, so that no matter who shows up in your life, you'll know what you'll tolerate, what you won't tolerate, what's compatible for you versus what isn't compatible for you, right? So the more clear that we are, then the less confused that we'll become. Boundaries. Now, obviously, not everybody that you meet is going to be good for you. Just remember, we all get what we tolerate in life. And so, you need to know where you stand within yourself and within your own boundaries, right? What will you allow? How are you going to allow people to treat you? What are your non-negotiables? What do you want versus what do you don't want? And just really being able to stand in your truth and in your power, and not just accept anything just because it's available, right? And then at the bottom of the deck, we have this rejoice. It says, embrace your loving connection and rejoice. So basically, this is just a card of like an energy rather of optimism. It's just saying, hey, if you've been in maybe a dry spell for a long time, or you believe that the dating scene or the dating world is kind of a shit show right now, it's saying, hey, just try to change your mindset a little bit, right? And of course, I know that can be hard when, we're out here in the world and the feedback that we get from the experiences that we're having are negative in nature, more negative than not, because we're not getting the outcome that we desire. Part of the reason might be is because we've allowed the negativity to kind of infiltrate our beliefs, right? And so this card is saying, hey, instead of allowing the negativity to infiltrate your beliefs, like stay firm, have boundaries even with yourself, have boundaries within your own negative and pessimistic thinking. Because if you've basically concluded that, the dating world sucks and there's no good people out there, then you're going to probably continue to have that experience where the universe is challenging you, saying, hey, what's required right now is sort of like faith. It's believing in something that hasn't happened yet. It's believing in a different outcome, despite the fact that the current experience is not the positive one that you're wanting. Right? And it's just basically saying, like, just because I'm not having a positive experience and I haven't met somebody yet doesn't mean that I won't. But I need to stay positive. I need to stay positive and hopeful about, the reality that, again, as a powerful person, going back to our little sign here, as a powerful person, as this magician, that we're the one who creates and manifests our reality. Right? So it's very important to stand in our power and not allow that negativity to creep in, because just like we have the power to manifest positive things, we have the power to manifest more negative things. So let's not manifest the things that we don't want. Stay positive so that you can manifest the things that you do want. All right, let's get some more. What other messages does the collective need to know about meeting a new potential partner in the next 30 days? Now, I have also uploaded a separate reading for past love. So for those of you who might be considering or interested in knowing about a past person, there's a separate video for that as well. You can go check that out. All right, so now we have the fourth card with commitment. So yeah, you have somebody potentially, again, depending on your participation in the manifestation of this person coming into your life. All right, this isn't just a freebie. You're going to have to participate with the universe to manifest, call in this person into your life. Potentially, this person could be the one. I mean, we've got 4 wedding rings now. 1, 2, 3, 4. This could be the person that you end up, at the very least, in a serious commitment with. But some of you, again, this could be the person that you end up marrying. What else do we need to know? Yeah. And so basically you're going to find out as you've, again, because we have the choices card, it's almost like you're going to know because you have this differences card here. So you're going to know the ones that are not right for you. And you're going to know that when you meet this person, whoever this person that this commitment energy is attached to, again, it's just going to be like that, this specific person, if I can speak, is going to stand out in a way that nobody else ever has. Like there's just going to be a knowing to this, right? And things are just going to line up. Things are going to just make sense. Whereas a lot of these other matches and choices that you have, there's going to be a stark contrast. It's like, no, this person wasn't good. This person wasn't right. This person wasn't good. And even if you're just going on dates, and that's the whole point of dating. The point of dating is to go out, have an opportunity and chance to try to communicate and get to know somebody, right? To see if there's something there, right? So what else? What else does the collective need to know about this potential new person? Okay, yeah, this person is going to support you, and you're gonna, you're gonna be very supportive of each other. So this is somebody who's like, they're in it for the long haul. They want the same things as you. They're going to support your life, your futures, your goals, your desires, and you're going to support them. Like you guys are going to have a lot in common, and basically, whereas in the past, what this difference is, it's like even if you have people in the past where you bonded over certain things. You had a connection with somebody in a certain way. Like you were compatible in this kind of way or that kind of way, but maybe you guys just didn't share the same vision or the same vision, goal, and purpose for your the long-term future, right? Like maybe you're, kind of a spiritual person, and maybe you're into tarot readings and, metaphysics and astrology, and you're just really passionate about, kind of like mystical and spiritual and philosophy and all that kind of stuff. Well, and then you meet somebody where it's like you have a lot of fun together, but you can't share that part of yourself with them. You can't be 100% who you are around them because they're just like, yeah, I'm not into that stuff. I don't believe in any of that. Or, maybe their thing is like, they're a big sports person, like they watch football all the time and they go out and play golf with their friends. And you're like, I could give two shits less about golf and football. It's like, like the things that are really important to both of you are just not even in the same ballpark. They're not even in the same universe, and it's like, sometimes it can be a little deflating because it's like, oh man, it's like if, we have these things in common, like there's a lot of chemistry, and like when we go out on a date, maybe they're really fun. Maybe, the sex is really good or something. But when it comes to like your ability to be 100% yourself and have that person, just accept you for who you are, or, even maybe be excited about some of the things that you're excited about. And that doesn't mean you have to be 100% into it, but let's just say like, I don't know, maybe you take a class or a course in something that you're really interested in. And so you're super excited. Like, I'm taking this course and, like I just learned this really cool thing, and you're trying to share, this experience that you have with your partner, but they're just like completely checked out. They're completely disinterested. And they're like, look, I'm not into that stuff. I mean, that's cool. Good for you. I'm happy for you, but like, sorry, I'm not into it. Right. That's, that's deflating. Nobody wants to spend their life with somebody where you can't even share the most exciting things that your life stands for or that your life is about. Right. And so it can be hard. It can be hard sometimes to find where it's like some of the things are there with a person, like some things, qualities, characteristics, compatibility. There's certain things that are there, but some of the major things can be missing. Well, with this person, this support card being here, getting back to the point here, the support card is like, this person is going to, like, either you're going to have those things in common, or that they're genuinely going to be interested in, you know, in your thing, even if it's not their thing. So like if you're into spirituality and they're not, you know, that's not necessarily their passion. Let's say they're a musician and you're into spirituality. It's like when you come and you like, hey, I just learned this new thing or took this course. Oh my God. Like I just, I did this tarot reading for somebody and it was mind blowing. And, you know, it changed this person's life. You know, that your partner is going to be like engaged. They're actually going to be supportive of you and listening. They're going to be present with you. They're going to be like, you know, like, man, that's so amazing. Like they're not going to be fake or blow you off. Like they actually are excited with you. They want to share that experience. And likewise, you know, if you don't play an instrument, you're not into music, and maybe even if like you're not necessarily into the kind of music that maybe they play as a musician, you're still very supportive of them. Like when they're writing music or they go out and they have a band, they play a show or something, you go out there. It's like, you know, like I support my person. I'm there every time. Every time they play a show, I'm right there and I'm having a blast. And when they write a new song, you know, like I don't pretend like, you know, just like I'm listening, but I'm really not. Like I'm really supportive. It's that kind of energy, right? So, so that's really nice. The next thing we have is this family card. So again, we have commitment and we have family now and we have home. So for many of you, for those of you who've wanted to start a family, this is somebody who's going to want to start a family with you, right? So if you're, you know, single and you've been wanting to have children, this is somebody you'll be able to start a family with, have kids with. Or if you're divorced and you already have kids and maybe they're divorced and they have kids, or maybe they're divorced, they don't have kids. Doesn't matter. This person is going to show up. Like, you know, whether it's, you know, merging families from previous marriages, it's not going to be an issue. If it's somebody, you know, who just doesn't have any children, but you do, they're going to love your children like their own, right? But there's going to be a sense of acceptance there, and just that family bond, right? So let's see what else. Give me one more from this, and I'm gonna pull. I got another deck over here that I want to get some cards from. Now this is interesting. This card fell out in reverse on the floor, strings. So this is basically saying like, and then at the bottom of the deck we have self-worth. So what this is telling me is for some of you, you know, you've gone through some bad experiences in your path, the strings attached thing. You know, so a lot of you, because of the past experiences you've had, you have a little bit of a distorted or a warped belief when it comes to love and relationships. And I'm not saying that you have this belief intentionally. I think it's just more a subconscious response or result of past pain, right? And so this strings attached is basically the energy that this is associated with is just you being careful and mindful that you're not allowing baggage that you have from your past to show up and sabotage a potentially good person. Because we have this self-worth thing. There's things that have happened to you in the past, whether somebody was manipulative, narcissistic, controlling, abusive, they lied, they cheated, you know, whatever they did to you, if you haven't worked through that, you haven't healed from that, you're going to carry all that insecurity, all this trust issues, all that pain. You're going to carry all that trauma into a potentially good situation here, which means you could potentially ruin a good opportunity. That's what this card is here saying. And it's saying, you know, make sure with the self-worth card being here that you've worked through all of that. You've worked on any trauma that's affecting you and your confidence, what you want, what you desire, what you're willing to tolerate. Your self-worth is everything, right? It's all the things. Any healing that needs to be done within you. Make sure that you've done the work, you've done the healing, and you're not carrying past baggage into this potential future opportunities where that past baggage could cause you to self-sabotage. All right, what else does the collective need to know about this person? Yeah, so for you, there's a yes here. This is a strong yes. There's 2 yes cards in this deck. One with the exclamation, one without. This is a knowing. Like, this is like when you meet this specific person, because again, there might be many. You might go out and have to date a few people to find them. You might go on several dates before you actually, bump into the one, so to speak. But you're going to know. Your intuition, your soul, your spirit, your consciousness is going to tell you yes. And it's going to be a resounding yes. You're just going to have a knowing that when you've met this new person, that they're the person that we've been talking about here in this reading, not the other people that you had the differences with. So it's going to be very clear to you, as long as it'll be clear to those of you who aren't caught up in past baggage, past trauma, and you have a bunch of unhealed stuff. And if you have a bunch of unhealed stuff and past trauma and past baggage, then you're probably going to show up in this confused energy. And you're not going to be able to discern that your intuition and your spirit is telling you, yes, they're the one, right? So it's very important for you to take care of any past wounds, trauma, and all that stuff so that you can have the clarity and the discernment to know who the person is when you meet them. And nothing would be worse than, running into the man or the woman of your dreams and your spirit's inside going, it's them, it's them, it's them, it's them. But you can't hear it because you have all this pain and trauma from your past that's confusing you, right? Because you just don't trust. You don't trust yourself, essentially. Fear and pain will always create a lack of self-trust. And when we're in that fear and lack of self-trust energy, we can't hear our intuition. So now, at the bottom of the deck, I'm not surprised at all to see this. So we have, it's up to you. So the universe is saying, hey, look, it's up to you to decide. Because look, at the bottom of the deck, we have choose a new direction. So it's like basically saying it's up to you to decide who you want, which direction, which person you want to spend your life with. You have free will. The universe isn't here to tell you who to marry or who to be with. It's going to be your decision and choice. The decision is yours. It's also saying it's up to you to manifest and participate. Everything I said at the beginning of the reading about being a powerful person, it's up to you to participate in, attracting and manifesting this person into your life. And you could meet this person potentially within the next few weeks, which is right in alignment with what I said, because this reading is obviously the next 30 days. So, between now and like the beginning of February, or maybe even between now and like Valentine's Day, you could potentially meet this person. Assuming you're participating, assuming all the things that I've previously mentioned, right? And then of course, like I said, at the bottom of the deck, we have choose a new direction here. Now, lastly, all right, I'm going to try to pull where some of you might meet this person. Take this with a grain of salt. Like, this is very specific. This is a deck that's all about locations. So take this with a grain of salt. Just because a card comes out with a certain type of location doesn't mean that you're going to meet a person in that place. But it doesn't mean that you potentially couldn't. All right. So again, you just take it with a grain of salt. But it's just something worth acknowledging. It's just something worth looking at, because potentially, who knows? You might. Maybe you will meet this person in a location, one of these locations, or a location maybe similar to it. So, kind of keep your mind open in that regard. So the first one we have is a rendezvous point. Really hard to read the card, but it says meeting It's a meeting place, destiny unfolds, and a convergence. Yeah, so this is basically like serendipity. This card, and I know it doesn't, I have no idea. You can't read the words, and I have no idea why they chose this artwork for that card, but I didn't make the deck. But this is a card of serendipity saying like, hey, the universe is basically, for some of you, it's a divine appointment. You're just going to meet, in kind of like a divine appointment-esque type of way, for lack of better words. All right, I'm going to get 2 more, and then we're going to end the reading. And don't forget, for those of you that are interested in joining the Conscious Collective group, go watch my presentation that I showed you guys at the beginning of this. If you have any questions, my email, all the information is in the description box. You can reach out to me personally. I am willing to answer any questions you have about joining the group. Also, come join me for a free live tarot reading when I go live next. You'll have to be obviously subscribed to the channel, your notifications turned on so you know when I'm live. And honestly, I mean, that's really what, that's where all the magic is for me in this channel, is coming and participating in a free live reading. And if you get in, I promise you, there's an opportunity for you to get a very, very deep, personalized reading. Okay. I don't do a whole lot of generic, superficial reads. Like, I like to just let the messages come through. And a lot of the times they're very, very in-depth readings. And I will also have an example of that posted on my channel as well. So just keep an eye on the channel, and you'll see an example, a very specific example, because I'm going to be uploading, probably after I record these videos, I'll be uploading an example from start to finish of a reading that I did recently for somebody. And you'll be able to see my style. You'll be able to see kind of, what that looks like. I've also posted a bunch of clips. So if you've seen me kind of post these random videos of different things that aren't readings like this, all of those came from, they're segments that have come from live readings. So I just wanted to show that. So the next place is a beauty salon. So hairstyling, makeup, artistry, relaxing spas, grooming, and stylists. So for some of you, if you work in the hair industry, like maybe a guy comes in. So if you're a woman, maybe a guy comes in, he wants a haircut, and you start talking to him, and you guys hit it off. It's possible. If you're a woman, maybe you're a stylist, and, when women come in, I know you guys like to do a lot of talking. Maybe one of the customers who comes in, you have to start a conversation, whether it's somebody that's been a repeat customer of yours or a new customer of yours. If you do hair, it could be somebody that's like, hey, you start talking, getting to know each other, and they're like, actually, I know somebody that sounds like they'd be a good match for you. So again, it's just a possibility to allow, if you're in the hair industry and you're a female or male, doesn't matter, allow your customers to kind of be a potential point of contact, right? Whether it's the customer themselves or whether it's somebody that they know, right? So never underestimate the power of connection and networking through other people. And then lastly, we have a hospital. So for some of you, if you're a nurse, or maybe you end up at the hospital for some reason or another, you're a nurse or a doctor, maybe you meet your person because they're a patient of yours, or it could be the other way around. Maybe they're just a doctor and a nurse, and you meet them, and that's just the industry that they're in, right? Like, it could be anything having to do with being a doctor, a nurse, or meeting at the hospital. Any of that would apply. In fact, I know somebody who went through, she was just having a lot of bad luck in relationships, essentially. And she got engaged to a guy, and it didn't work out. And so then she got even more down on her on her luck because she really wanted to get married. And it was like, she got really close and then that didn't work out. So, she just kind of fell into kind of like a sense of like surrender or giving up. Basically, like, well, I guess I'm just going to be single forever. And so she just kind of gave up on it. And she's just like, I'm just going to go focus on my life and my job. Now, this girl was a nurse, by the way. Well, she goes, one of the patients that she was caring for, I guess is the right word, was the mother of this guy who was older than her, like substantially older, by like 10 years or something. And so she was there in the room caring for her mother, and he came to visit her, his mom. And so she and him started talking, and they hit it off, and he asked her out on a date, and she accepted. And then lo and behold, after, I don't know, like a year of being with this person, they got engaged and they got married, and they've been married for a few years now. So it just goes to show you, you never know. You never know when you're going to meet this person, how you might meet them. You can't take anything off the table. Anything is possible when you're stepping in your power, when you're participating in the manifestation or the getting of the thing that you desire, right? Where am I? Here. If I get my buttons right, when you're being the magician, you're being a powerful person and participating in the receiving of the thing that you desire, it will be yours, right? And then lastly, at the bottom of the deck, coffee house. So if you frequent a certain coffee house or you like coffee, maybe you go to Starbucks frequently or you go to wherever your coffee shop is, or you just like, go into coffee shops and maybe you like to work there or you like to write there or whatever it is, you could meet somebody there at a coffee shop. Now, when you're there, pay attention because sometimes, coffee shops are usually more kind of quiet, more chill atmospheres and things. And a lot of people will be on their computers or doing things. It's like, if you make eye contact with somebody a few times, and you can kind of feel something, like just make a move. If you're, like guy or girl, if you just get that confidence of like just walking over and just saying hi, or, you can break the ice and say, hey, can I get you a coffee? Like I just felt like doing something nice for somebody today. I saw you and I just felt like, hey, I want to do something nice for that person over there. And it's just an easy way to approach somebody in a disarming way. And if like, oh wow, right, okay. Like, yeah, what can I get you? I'm going to go up to the counter. I'm going to get something, let me buy you something. Let me buy you, your favorite drink or whatever. Like, okay. And then, they let you buy them a drink and you come back and you sit down and now you have an excuse to open up and have a conversation with them, things like that. It doesn't always have to be like you just walk up to somebody and go, hey, are you single? Like, hey, are you taking, like, it doesn't have to be awkward or weird. You can be, more discreet, I guess would be the right word. So those are some options. There's the coffee shop here. I guess I can set this down here just so that if you come back and watch the video again, it's on the screen, it's recorded. I know this card down here is a little off screen. This is that choose new direction card. And look, underneath that actually says remain positive. And actually underneath that, it says success. And underneath that, it says helpful people. So this could be, again, helpful people could be friends, friendship, people around your community. Ask them. Don't just, let people help you. Like, hey, do you guys know anybody that, if I'm single, if you know anybody that you think would be a good fit for me, throw my name out there. Right. And then some of you, we have be assertive. And this is like I'm saying, like if you're at the coffee shop, be assertive just means, hey, don't wait for somebody else to always make the move. If you feel, kind of that nudge, take the risk. It doesn't have to be awkward. You're at the coffee shop. Can I buy you a drink? And there you go, opens the door for you. And then ask for help from others, which is, again, your friends and all of that, right? People around you. You can enroll help from your friends and your community, people, just let them know. There shouldn't be any embarrassment about that. There should be nothing wrong with that. Just like, hey, I'm single, I'm looking. If you guys meet anybody or know any single people out there that are worth a darn and you think that they'd be a good match for me, mention my name, give them my number, and tell them that you gave them permission to even say, hey, I have a friend that I think would be a good match for you. And he or she is actually giving me permission to just give my contact information out to anybody that they might know if they meet people who might be a good match for me. Right? So leave all the options on the table. But this is the participating part of you getting what you want. This isn't you just sitting back, crossing your fingers and hoping that the universe is going to do all the work for you and that the person, the man or the woman of your dreams is just going to magically show up for you. That's not how it works. The universe will help you, will assist you. When you're willing to take a step, the universe will take 10 on your behalf. But you have to be willing to participate in the creating of your fulfillment and your reality. That's the powerful person energy. So is there anything else? Anything else here? No, the only other thing else that I want to mention in terms of anything else here from me is, again, just going to mention it one last time. If you're interested in joining the Conscious Collective or you want to know more about that, please go watch the video posted on my channel about that. And if you have any questions or things aren't, you're still unsure what the group's about, send me an email. The email address is just imagine, the word imagine, at dreamoutloud.center, right? But all that information will be in the description as well in the video. Hey guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. If you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe to the channel. All the other information is in the description box below. And as always, my friends,
I'm not a bloody psychic.